Good morning again. It is Friday, June 4th, 2021, and I'm back in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I'm on a very busy trail, so I thought I would stop and do my intro real quick. I am headed to Andrews Bald off of the Forney, well, it's just actually off of the Clingman's Dome parking lot, but it takes me down Forney Ridge Trail. I'm going, I think, between 6 and 7 miles today. My first campsite is campsite 64, I believe. It's all downhill today, so that's really nice. It's about 64 degrees, a little chilly for now. I do have on shorts, but I'm sure it's gonna warm up, and the forecast for this weekend is in the low 60s to maybe even mid 70s, depending on where I'm at in elevation. And a little bit of rain, nothing like what I've had every other trip, but I'm prepared. So anyway, it's so great to be back, and it's so great to be among all the green. So I will get back with you when I hit Andrews Bald. I've never been there. This is a new trail for me, but I hear it's beautiful. It is just what it sounds like, a bald, meaning no trees. And it's high in elevation, so I should have some views. So I will take you along. This is my first junction. So I've only gone like 0.1 mile, and I am going all the way down the Forney Ridge Trail today to Springhouse Branch Trail, I think is where I'm going. I feel like once again I'm in the enchanted forest. Right here, right now, I have no one around me. I've passed about 30 to 40 people already. But right here is so quiet, except for the birds, and it just is enchanting. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That, I don't know if you can see it very well here. That's Lake Fontana in the distance. Oh my gosh. I have to just take this focus in for a minute. Okay, so I have made it to the end of Andrews Bald, and this is where the Forney Ridge Trail continues, and I'll continue on this probably about, I think it's like over 3 miles. I do find it quite comical that once you get past the popular spot, because pretty much every tourist turns around and most of the day hikers turn around at Andrews Bald, this is what the trail looks like. And I'm sure I'm going to put video footage in here of how nice the boulders were placed, the rock beds were placed, the boardwalks were placed, getting to this point. You know, I don't know which trail I like better, because of course that was a nice and easy trail, and you know, you see lots of people on the trail. Everyone is smiling. It's hard to have a bad day on the trail. But then this is quiet, even on just this side of the Bald, which the Bald, I'm gonna say, oh gosh, I'm kind of horrible at guesstimating, but maybe about between 1,500 and 3,000 square feet. So just kind of on the round top there. And there are people milling around all over. I probably passed about, I'm trying to be modest at saying 60 to 75 people. Lots of families. But there are little trails here and there that you can take to walk around the Bald and get different views of the mountains and Fontana Lake in the distance. So that was nice. I had a couple offer to take my picture. That was very kind. Everybody's just happy to be out and be here, and I think probably to be getting back to normal as well. This time last year when we were visiting, we didn't even want to cross paths with people, and today I handed my phone to a stranger and then took it back. Okay, I need to get this hand sanitizer out now. All right, so now that we are in the woods again, I have a sign that tells me if I want to go all the way down to Forney Creek today, it'd be 7.5 miles. And then Fontana Lake, you can get there in 10.5 miles. I'm not going to do Forney Creek until tomorrow. I think I'm also going to brush the edge of Fontana Lake. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get to see. I just heard a loud crash over there, like a limb coming down like in a hurry. But I don't see anything, and oh my god, there it is, it's a wild hog, I think. What the hell was that? Oh god, that scared me. That was nothing. Oh my land. I'm like shaking. Make sure nothing's behind me. Okay. I wish you could have seen that. I think it was a hog. I don't think it was a bear. Number one, it was making too much noise when it was running. And if you've ever seen a hog run versus a bear run, it looks different. I can't explain it because right now my mind is going crazy right now. The only thing that doesn't make sense is that I think, I could be wrong, and if anybody knows, post and let me know. I think hogs run in packs, not solo. I'm shaking. I need to stop. I thought maybe I was just like, you know, hearing things, or I'm always hearing things. My camp shoes are on the back of my pack, and every now and then I stop. But this was like, I knew it was something. And so I stopped and I got my camera out. But then I didn't hear anything until, I hope you heard that. I know you didn't see it. It was on me. Stupid me. I should have had it on the woods. I don't know if I could have caught it. I saw it with my eye, but I don't know if I could have got it on video. But hopefully the audio picked up. Okay, now I'm hearing everything. I mean, it took off so fast that I nearly pooped my pants. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. I was thinking to myself, this trail's been pretty boring. Nothing really to record because it's just overgrown forest at this point. And then that happened. And so now I'm like, I got to get that thought out of my head. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm in the safe zone. Okay. I've been giving it some thought. And I think that it was a bear instead of a hog. And my reasoning is, number one, he was solo. And what I saw was a black animal low to the ground, but large, just running as fast as he could. And of course bear do that, but my first thought was, while I have never actually run across wild boar out here, I have researched them enough, and I know that when they run fast. But like I said, I'm almost certain they run in packs, and there was only one. I think what happened was the branch that he was either on or around when I came up to him was in front of me. And I thought it was behind me. My ears are popping, I guess, from the elevation change. And I thought it had come from behind me. But there was nothing back there. And so when I turned around and started walking forward on the trail, I was walking toward him. And that's when he scurried away. And that's typically what bear do. You know, unless bear are around the touristy areas where people are being irresponsible and either accidentally leaving food or feeding the bear. Bears don't want any interaction with people. If you come up on them, you're scaring them as much as they're scaring you. And so I think that's why he hauled ass. So I do think it probably was a bear. Look at that big tree. That is crazy. So anyway, those are my thoughts 20 minutes after near attack. No. Wow, that is a huge tree. Gosh. I wish, these are the times when I wish I had a tripod so I could set my camera up and stand in front of it to show the size, but I'm not going to get fancy like that. I'm not fancy in real life. I'm certainly not going to be fancy on YouTube. Okay, I just came to the junction. This is where I've come from, Andrews Bald, so I've made it Forney Creek Trail, Klingman's Dome Parking. I've made it 5.6 miles. My Garmin, yeah, 5.6 miles exactly. So where I'm going, pardon me, is the Springhouse Branch Trail. I'm going to go 2.8 to the Nolan Creek Trail, so roughly 3 miles. My campsite should be right there, within like, I don't know, maybe 100 yards. So I'm going up this direction, but this is a nice little open area. Looks like actually somebody's had a fire here, which I think is illegal. But it's a nice place to stop and have a snack or camel up or whatever. So here I go, 3 miles to camp. I guess this is it. It does say campsite 64. I might go up here. I might just put my pack down and check it all out. No Widowmakers. I think this is my spot for the night. Hello. It is 9 o'clock at night. I am in my tent ready to go to bed because I have had about 2.5 hours of sleep. And once I sat down and ate dinner tonight, it just all hit me. I was going to do a fire. There's a group of guys doing a fire. But I really just needed to roll my muscles out and try to go to bed early because I've got a big day tomorrow, around 13 miles, I think. That's Nolan Creek that you hear behind me. It's a great creek, excellent water source. So there are 8 people here tonight, 2 groups. And of the 8 people, 3 of them either are from or have lived in Indiana or living here now. It's just so weird. One of them is from the Indy area, and the other one is from a very small town almost right next door to where I live. So it was kind of cool, kind of interesting. But everybody is nice and friendly and tired. This was a big day for everybody. There are several different, there's a Nolan Divide Trail. A couple people came in from that way, and then the rest of us came in from Forney Creek. And everybody's got big miles tomorrow, so but it was fun sitting around and talking with people. I met 2 women who I may hike with a little bit for the Smoky Mountain 900 miler, so we'll see. But I had a great day, great first day, 8.5 miles or around there, and everything set up well. It's not even a cloud in sight. I was thinking about taking my rain fly off, but it is the Smokies, so if I did that, it would rain. Anyway, I will try to get some footage of the campsite tomorrow. It's a very nice campsite, several spots, a couple bear hang cables, and it's right on the trails, so really cool. So I'm going to sign off here so I can get some much needed rest. Good morning. It is Saturday, June 5th, 2021. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the process of breaking camp, and I'm eating my blueberry muffins and some bacon jerky and having some coffee, and it is a wonderful morning so far. It's not too cold. I do have my puffy on just because it's humid and so it's kind of, I don't know, but I'm about to take it off. All I have to do is take the rest of my tent down and finish breakfast, and I think that's about it. So let me show you around just a little bit. There's still people here. I know a couple of them don't mind being on camera, but I'll just kind of generally show you the area. So behind me here is where the horsemen, well, I guess the horseman part of the camp, it's all the same camp, but back there, there's a guy hammock camping back there, and there are little stall thingies for your horses. Sorry, I'm not a horse person. And it goes back there pretty good. There's probably about 3 sites back there, maybe just 2. And then over here is one, and I think there's one up that way. And then these ladies are camped right there, which is right where Nolan, I think it's Nolan Creek is. And back there is the bridge that takes you down the Nolan Creek Trail, I think is what it's called. And it follows, past my tent on that way. That is not the way I will be going today, though. I will be going past those guys' tents back down Springhouse Trail. It's like 7 miles to my campsite, and I will set up camp there, and then I think I'm still going to do that. Here, let me turn this around. I think I'm still going to do the extra 7 miles. It's about 7 miles. But we'll see. My calves are really tight, and I rolled them out. Excuse me, I rolled them out probably about a good 10 to 15 minutes last night, but right now I'm massaging my right calf, and I've got a ball of muscle up close to my knee, so I need to take really good care of that, and I need to just kind of see how the first 7 miles go today. If I do the second 7 miles, then it'll be without my pack, so that'll help. And it's fairly flat, so what I need today is I need some flat and I need some uphill. All the muscles that I used yesterday are just really, really tight and sore because it was so steep downhill. And I will have some uphill, at least for the first couple miles today. I'm sorry. So we'll see how that goes. But I will get back with you when I get on trail. So it's about 8:15. I'm about a half a mile in on the uphill. I'm taking it slow, but everything feels good so far. I got good sleep last night. I'm just worried about my top of my calf muscles. But they feel okay now, and I'm just trying to go slow to warm them up. So yeah, it's like a jungle. So humid that nothing is dry. But I only have these first 7 miles that I hope to be done by about 1. And then I will decide on the other. That's, like I said earlier, that's pretty flat, the second 7 miles. So unless I'm just that tired, I can't imagine not doing them. But I do have the option because it just loops me back around to camp. So there's not much to see here. So I probably will get back to you at the trail junction. Right in the center is a bear staring at me. Just a hair bit to the left of the big tree. It scared me. And I'm not moving because I don't know if there are others. And the problem is I'm going up, and to the left there's Go on, bear. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, there's the mom. Oh God, I'm in a bad situation. And I can't move. I have to go back down because the mom is right of center. And you can't see where the baby is. That was a baby that I first saw. Go on. I only see one cub. And I'm going to have to put this down so that I can be big and loud and scare off the bear. Okay, so I'm probably about 1,000 feet or further from the bear. Oh my God, that was so exhilarating. It is scary. I don't care what anyone says anytime you come up on a bear because you don't know. Like the one yesterday had to have been solo. But this one, it was so far away I couldn't tell if it was a cub or a full size. And I heard the cub before I heard the bear and or the mama. And by the time I saw the mama, I heard the cub grunting. But then the mama started grunting, and I think that's how I finally saw her. But anyway, I was like the mama was to my right, and the baby was to my right front. And so, you know, that could have been conceived as being in the path. And all of that thought was going through my mind. I'm, you know, fairly comfortable taking care of myself in front of bear. I just didn't know how many there were. I think it was just the one cub, unless the other one was back somewhere and I didn't hear that in all the other commotion. But when I put the camera down, then I raised my poles and snapped them. And right away the cub went scurrying to the mom. And then the cub went up the tree the mom was on, and I thought she was going to go up, but she just got tall and was looking at me. So I, you know, kept saying, go on, bear, and clicking my poles, keeping my eye on them as I walked up the trail. But they didn't come close. I know that they're scared too, and they don't want to come sniff me. And I mean, even if I have food on me, I probably smell worse than the food, so they're not going to come to me. Wow. Once again, not on trail, still off trail, but so super exciting. And then, so I stopped here because here's my view. I don't know if the sun's gonna, but it was a beautiful view. I'm about 2 miles in, so I've got about 0.8 left. And then I'm going to take a break at that junction. So it's been pretty steady uphill, of course, because it was so steady downhill yesterday. So, okay, I made it back to the junction. And I went 2.8 miles. And then, oh, wait a minute, sorry. Takes me a minute to remember what trail I'm going to or on. So I'm going on the Forney Creek Trail, which is another 4.2 miles. And then campsite 71 will be right there. So I'm gonna sit down here and have a quick break. I made it to the junction of, it doesn't say on the sign, but of Forney, oh yeah, it does, Forney Creek Trail. This way would be the way I would go if I did that extra loop today. I'm not sure that I'm going to. I am tired. It is so humid out here that I think it's zapping me. I'm just tired. So, but this is campsite 71. That is the CCC. This is actually called, the camp is called CCC because this used to be an old CCC camp. And that fireplace was part of it. Pretty cool. I'm the first one here. I did just meet a hiker coming down Forney Creek. There's Forney Creek. Oh my gosh, it looks lovely. Oh, there are people down there. Okay. They're probably the 3 guys that camped at 64 last night. So this is a wide campsite. Very nice. Open. You can tell that there are tent pads all the way back there. There's a fire ring. There's a fire ring right here. Looks like you can camp anywhere around here. So I have decided to go ahead and do the loop. I've had lunch, camp is put up, and it's 2 o'clock, and it's just too early for me not to do anything for the rest of the day. So it's, I think, somewhere between 6 and 7 miles. As long as I'm back by 6, that'll give me plenty of time, plenty of daylight. I'll be happy. I left my pack and everything back at camp. I hung both my pack and my food bag, and I just have my fanny pack with some things that I might need, and my little chili pad, I think is what it's called. I don't know. It keeps cold and wet the whole time. I've got the essentials. I've got my GPS in reach in case anything were to happen. I've got one trekking pole, and then I brought my Noon water. I swear there's Noon in there. It doesn't look like it. Whoops. Okay, so we are back at the junction sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out going down to Whiteoak Branch, and then I'm going to come up around the Bear Creek Trail area. I'm going down Whiteoak Branch. Is it really 1.8? Yeah, it is 1.8. That's right. Okay. So I will talk to you then. I cannot film right now. These gnats are so bad that I'm breathing through my mouth up to my eyes, and I'm waving my water bottle in front of me. I didn't even really think to bring my bug net. I don't know why, but I'm having a time. These are going to be a rough 6 miles. It is so quiet right here. So here is my junction. I just came off of the Whiteoak Branch Trail. I have to think about where I'm wanting to go. Forney Creek Trail 1 mile. I think that's where I want to go. That's in the middle there. All right. I made it back to Forney Creek Trail, and I've got 2.8 miles back to my campsite, so that's not too bad. I'm tired. Today was a rough day. 14 miles, gnats, poison ivy, bears, rhododendron. Yeah, I'm tired. But I feel good. I've been taking care of myself at camp the past few hours, so I think I'm going to head in early, or I'm going to go to sleep early. I have a plan tomorrow to camp at campsite 68, which is just 2 miles away from Clingmanstone parking lot where I parked. I may not. I may just go ahead that last 2 miles, but it's going to be a pretty good elevation change. The first 5 miles is 2,000 feet incline, and then the last 2 is also 2,000 feet incline. So depending on how I feel when I stop there, I may go on. Of course, I'll keep you posted. And yeah, so I'm signing off here. Good night, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Sunday, June 6th, and I am leaving camp just now up Forney Creek Trail. As soon as I turned the camera off last night, it started raining, and it poured, and I think it's clearing off right now. The sun isn't out, but it looks like it's cleared up. I think I did a pretty good job of breaking down camp today and keeping what was dry still dry, shaking everything off. I took my time. It's only 8:30. I think I might have already said that. So my first landmark today will be campsite 70 in 1.2 miles. It'll probably be the easiest 1.2 miles. But of course I'll stop there and take a break. It's so humid that I just trying to go slow, not to get overheated, even though it's only 64 degrees. I'm just taking my time. I've got plenty of time today, whether I go just the 5 miles or the 7 miles. I think actually I looked at my map last night and technically it would be 8, because I'm not counting the little connector trail that actually goes up to the parking lot. But we'll see how I feel or what my thoughts are when the time comes. I will get back to you when I hit campsite 70. I have made it. I'm sure the campsite is around here somewhere. It might be on the other side of this bridge, but I thought it was on this side. So if I go all the way up to Clingman's Dome from this point, looks like I have 7.4 miles. So I don't know. That was not a bad it was not a bad first part of the day. Lots of blowdowns like this one. This looks pretty fresh. Looks like I can go under that though. I'm soaking wet from all the overgrowth, which is wet. But it actually was a pretty pleasant hike. So I'm going to continue on to the campsite. Okay, I think I missed campsite 70. I don't know if it was the overgrowth or if I should have gone across that bridge. But that's okay. I didn't really need to stop. Feeling pretty good. So I'm getting to all the water crossings. I was told that between campsite 70 and 69, there's a lot of water crossings. So far there's been a couple, but I want you to see this next one. Okay, so here's the trail right there, and I have to go right there and over there. I'm kind of thinking about just going ahead and getting my feet wet and getting it over with. I'm already wet anyway, and it would just make it easier. So here goes. All right, I'm across. So first, this is a fresh blowdown. You can tell, I should have showed you, but the wood on the other side and with the leaves on it, I would say that's within the past couple days. And I've come across several of these, so it must have been more of a windstorm here than it was at my camp, because I never heard any wind. But anyway, so I tried to cross on the front section here, but as you see how deep that is right there, and it actually, I was going to try to go around like on the other side of these rocks and just follow the tree, but there wasn't good footing there, so I had to get back out of the water and go around the back side, and then I had to finagle through that. It was above the knee, but it was refreshing and beautiful. This is my next creek crossing. Looks pretty dangerous no matter where I go. That right there is going to be my shallowest part, but it's also going to be the fastest moving water. So there's a narrow, no, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I did it. I am worn out, but I did it. Number 3. Number 3. But this wasn't so bad. I've already crossed it. Not too bad. So just after that last water crossing, I come up on campsite 69. A little bit earlier than expected. There's the post. There are the bear cables. I don't know how many people this holds. There could possibly be a tent site back there. 1 to 2 tent sites there. I mean, just depending on how big your tent is. Maybe one there, but that's definitely sloped. Let's see what's up here further. It's just directly on the trail. I wonder if it goes up through there. I'm gonna put my pack down, maybe grab something to eat, and then I'll head up there and see. Well, there's some tent sites back there. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to cop a squat. Number 4, right after campsite 69. Not too bad. And now the trail is the creek. Well, I made it to campsite 68 right before the clouds open. I can't tell if this is going to be a big storm or not, or rain. But for now, I'm just going to kind of sit here and wait it out. And if it gets bad enough, I'll just attach my umbrella and keep on, because I'm feeling really good. That section wasn't bad. I took it slow. Lots of crossings, water crossings. I stopped filming them after a while just because it was slowing me down, and I needed to concentrate on them. So I took my time, but I still think I'm doing good. I'll have to look and see where I'm at. But I only have a little over 2 miles left, and I have no aches and pains. So there's just no reason for me not to go on, especially if this is setting in for the day. I might as well walk in it. So yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm not sure how much more I can record if it's going to be like this. That might have been the most precarious crossing. I don't know if you can tell, but that boulder there has a couple seams of quartz. One is thick and horizontal. That is at least a 45-degree angle with moss. And then if you get past that, this is the one I just had to climb up. I'm on a more solid one now, but yeah, that was fun. Stopping for a breather. I've got a half a mile to go. And this section has been every bit as hard as I anticipated it to be. So, I'm worn out. There's lots of erosion, and with it being wet, it's hard to get traction sometimes. This is not erosion. This looks great compared to what I've been up, but I thought this was pretty. I thought this looks like I'm entering the enchanted forest again. So, half a mile left. Well, according to my GPS, that took about a half a mile longer than it should have. And see, that says 2 miles. It's more like 3 miles. And I mean, I use a Garmin GPS. I know that they don't have to be accurate all the time, but... And now I'm going, oh goodness, another mile. I didn't realize that. I don't think this is ever going to end, but it should be fairly flat. I'm back to the boardwalk. I made it 10 miles later. The longest 10 miles ever, or actually the longest 3 miles ever. Those last few miles were awful. But when I got up to right after I talked to you guys last, the 1.1 miles to Clingman's Dome, a lady who was turning around, her family was going out to Andrews Bald and she didn't want to go out there. She didn't want to go any further. She turned around and we walked together, and she kept my mind off of the fact that I was at 10 miles. That was nice. Thank you, Donna. So yeah, so I'm on my way off of Clingman's Dome now. Not really sure what I'm going to do. It's late. It's like almost 10 till 5. So I will probably come back on here one more time to let you know if my journey's over with or if I stay the night. I don't think I will, but we'll see.